Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little review on the Bushmaster Carbon 15. Bought this rifle about 2 months ago. It comes with a optic. It's a red dot optic. I believe it's a Bushmaster. It's kind of one of their bottom of the barrel ones. It's not that great. It's okay. You know, it's probably good. I don't know, probably out to 50 yards of that. I went ahead and replaced that and got a P223 Nikon scope and put on this particular model. I did a couple modifications to it. I changed the buttstock. I went ahead and got an ATI buttstock, 6-position buttstock. Now the the buffer tube on this one is a commercial buffer tube, so it's not mil spec. And when you get a new or a replacement buttstock, you definitely want to make sure you get a commercial spec instead of the mil spec. All in all, great rifle. No issues, no major issues thus far. I picked this one up for just a tad under, I don't have the receipt here, but I think it was just a tad under 800 bucks. But I had a lot of this stuff already here. The magazine well grip, I already had that. The only thing that I actually bought was the buttstock in the actual Nikon P223 scope. Also, I went ahead and got a barrel rail system that basically goes right on the barrel, so I can put either a laser or a flashlight there, you know, depending on whatever I want to do for that time, during that time. And like I said, all in all, great rifle. There are two things that I do want to bring to people's attention, anyone thinking about getting this Bushmaster Carbon 15. When you get magazines, make sure you get magazines that don't have a tilt follower. In other words, the magazine that came with it, this one, it does, when I say the follower, I'm talking about, let me go ahead and show that to you. This insert here, when you put your rounds in, if it dips in the front too much or in the back, then that means it tilts. Magpul has magazines where this follower does not tilt no matter what. So I went with the Magpul magazines, and they're great. I think there's no one that really has anything in a way of complaints that I've seen on web forums and so forth. So I think they're awesome. I went with a magazine that did have that tilt follower, and what happened was, once I get down to the last 2 rounds, the rounds will not feed. So that became an issue. But once I got the Magpul magazines, that problem went away. The other thing is with these Magpul magazines is I wasn't paying attention one day, and I actually loaded up 31 rounds in a magazine. It's only good for 30, but I put 31 in there, and the magazine would not go into the gun at all. So I went ahead and pulled it out, count the rounds. Sure enough, I had 31 rounds in there. So make sure when you when you put the rounds in your magazine, and it's a 30 round capacity, make sure you put 30 in there. The other issue I had real quick, when I got this, I kind of had a problem with the safety. The body, the upper and lower, is pretty much carbon fiber. The barrel is chrome line. A lot of people don't think it's chrome line, but I did confirm with Bushmaster that it is. I had a problem with the safety. Let me go ahead and show that to you. For some reason, when I try to switch it back and forth, when I first got it, it will stay on fire, and I could not switch it back to safe no matter what. So what I did is I went ahead and took the upper off, popped the pins, took it off, and I put some Mobile One synthetic grease in there, and I just kind of worked it around a little bit, kept doing that, I don't know, 75 to 100 times. And then the problem went away, so it's good to go now. Like I said, all in all, good gun. The carbon fiber is supposed to be 40% lighter than steel. And it's supposed to be 40% stronger. So far, I fired about 400 rounds through this. Took it apart, bolt carrier group, took everything apart, cleaned it up, reassembled it, and I'm ready to go again. So whenever the weather gets good, I'm gonna go back out there and fire off a few more rounds. That's pretty much it. Good gun. I went ahead and put a sling. You can see that little sling mount on there. This one here is a pretty cool sling mount because you don't have to take the buffer tube off. That worked out really great. You just take the buttstock off, slide it over the tube, and then it's kind of like a clamp. Clamp it down and you're good to go. The handle, this is a Blackhawk handle. Already had that, so I went ahead and bolted that on, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, so far I fired about 400 rounds through it, no problems. The only problems I did have was with the, I think it was, damn, I can't think of the name of the magazine. I bought a couple magazines. I think they were Red Jacket. Yeah, they were a Red Jacket. Those guys down in New Orleans that have the gun show, or the gun TV show. It wouldn't feed the last 2 rounds, so make sure you get a couple good magazines and you're good to go. The Bushmaster Carbon 15 fires 5.56 and 2.23. If you have any questions, hit me up on YouTube.